Imagine a small, silver box sitting on your desk. It costs $700. It uses less power than a light bulb. It makes zero noise. Yet it outperforms the giant, loud, heat-spewing tower PC you see in every office. Now, imagine the next version of that box getting even faster, smarter with AI, and potentially becoming the single best value computer in the entire Apple ecosystem. We're talking about the M5 Mac Mini. Before you spend a single dollar on a new Mac, whether it's a laptop or a desktop, you need to understand what this machine represents. This isn't just an update. This could be the computer that carries you through the next 5 to 7 years of your life. The Mac Mini has always been the underdog. It doesn't have a fancy screen. It doesn't have the look-at-me design of the MacBook Air. It sits quietly in the background. But do not underestimate it. This is the machine that edits videos for your favorite YouTubers. This is the machine running code for developers at major tech companies. This is the machine managing home labs for tech nerds. It is the workhorse of the modern digital world. And with the M5 chip, that workhorse is about to turn into a monster. To understand why the M5 generation matters, you have to look at the pattern. The M1 changed the game by proving Apple Silicon was real. The M2 refined it. The M3 pushed graphics. The M4 brought us closer to true desktop-class performance in a small package. But the M5? The M5 is where the platform matures. It is where we see the fruits of Apple's labor in AI and long-term reliability. We are talking about a chip designed from the ground up to handle heavy creative work without breaking a sweat. What does this mean for you in the real world? Forget the geeky benchmark numbers for a second. It means you can open huge projects instantly. You can scrub through 8K footage on a timeline like it's nothing. You can have 50 browser tabs open, Photoshop running, and a video exporting in the background, and the machine won't even stutter. It won't sound like a jet engine taking off. It would just sit there, silently doing the work. If you're a creator, a developer, or just someone who likes to multitask, the M5 Mac Mini is where this form factor truly becomes a mini supercomputer. There's another massive angle here. AI. Artificial intelligence is the buzzword of the decade, but it actually matters for hardware. Apple is racing to put AI directly on your device. They don't want you relying on the cloud for everything. They want your computer to do the thinking. The M5 chip is built for this. It will feature a significantly more powerful neural engine. This means faster on-device transcription, smarter photo editing tools that can remove objects in seconds, and better voice isolation for calls. All of this happens locally, on your machine, without sending your data to a server. The Mac Mini is perfect for this because it is always plugged in. It can be your dedicated AI workstation. Let's talk about price because this is the elephant in the room. The Mac Mini has historically been the cheapest way to get a Mac. You bring your own monitor, keyboard, and mouse, and Apple gives you the brains. If Apple sticks to this strategy with the M5, you're looking at a computer that costs a fraction of a MacBook Pro, but delivers similar, if not better, performance. This is why professionals love it. It allows you to spend your budget where it matters, on a great monitor, on fast external storage, or on more RAM, instead of paying for a laptop screen you might not even use. It is the smart buyer's choice. However, raw performance isn't everything. We need to talk about ports. One of the biggest questions surrounding the M5 Mac Mini is connectivity. Will Apple finally give us what we want? We are hoping for more high-bandwidth Thunderbolt ports. We want rock-solid support for multiple high-resolution monitors. If you're a power user who wants 3 monitors, an audio interface, and a fast SSD RAID array connected at the same time, the M5 Mac Mini needs to deliver. If Apple doesn't hold it back to protect the Mac Studio sales, this little box could replace a tower PC for 95% of users. Then there is the eternal debate, memory and storage. Apple's unified memory is fast, but it is soldered on. You cannot upgrade it later. This makes your buying decision critical. Will the M5 Mac Mini finally start with a decent amount of RAM? Or will we still be stuck with 8 gigabytes in a Pro Mac? Hein, if you're planning to buy this, you need to budget for the upgrade. You need enough memory to last you 5 years. Don't cheap out on the RAM. Get the storage you need for your apps, and use external drives for your massive files. That is the winning strategy. So, who is this machine actually for? If you are a student, this is your best friend. It is affordable, it is fast, and it will last you through your entire degree. You plug it into a monitor at your dorm, and you have a serious workstation. If you're a content creator, this is the heart of your studio. It handles the heavy lifting while you focus on creating. If you're a developer, it runs your code, your servers, and your emulators silently. If you're a music producer, it is a godsend because it makes zero noise in your recording booth. There is also a hidden use case, the home server. Because the M5 chip is so efficient, you can leave the Mac Mini on 24/7. It becomes the brain of your home. It serves your media library, backs up your family's iPhones, and runs home automation scripts. It does all of this while sipping power. It is an appliance that just works. Now, the big question, should you wait? This is the hardest part. If your current computer is dying, if it crashes every day, if it is costing you money, then buy what you need now. Don't suffer. But if your current machine is fine, if you can hold on a little longer, then waiting for the M5 makes a lot of sense. We're talking about a generational leap. The M5 will offer better longevity, better software support, and better AI capabilities than anything out right now. It is the logical point to jump into the ecosystem if you want a machine that feels new for years to come. There's also the psychology of buying. Nobody wants to buy a computer and see a better one come out 3 months later for the same price. It hurts. Waiting for the M5 protects you from that regret. It ensures you are getting the absolute latest technology at the start of its life cycle. Picture your perfect setup: a clean desk, a beautiful monitor, and a tiny, silent Mac Mini M5 tucked away in the corner. It connects to everything. It handles everything. It never complains. It never overheats. It just works. That is the promise of the M5 Mac Mini. It is the computer that gets out of your way and lets you do your best work. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon like that. In my best opinion, the Mac Mini is the unsung hero of the Apple lineup. I think the M5 version is going to be a massive hit. If they can keep the price at $599 or even $699, it is an unbeatable value. It destroys Windows PCs in the same price range when it comes to build quality and lifespan. If you're on the fence, I say wait. The M5 is going to be worth it.